Hey guys, here is the first Nostalgia Junkies buyer's guide. So what this means is we're going to take a title or a run. So in this example we're going to be doing the new Teen Titans, Marv Wolfman and George Perez's original 1980 Teen Titans run. And we'll be looking at history as well as key issues and storylines that you guys need to be aware of when you're out on the hunt. So the Teen Titans started all the way back in 1964 in DC's Brave and the Bold issue 54. And by issue 60 they had adopted the moniker the Teen Titans. They also accepted their fourth member Wonder Girl in. So at this point they were Robin, Kid Flash, Aqualad, and Wonder Girl. So that's not quite the team we know from this 80s run or even the cartoon of the early 2000s. So what about Starfire, Beast Boy, Raven, and Cyborg? Well, you may be thinking that they got their start in Teen Titans #1. A worthy guess, but no, they actually got their first appearance in a DC Presents #26. So at the back of this issue is Robin having a terrible nightmare where he sees faces that he does not recognize, thus Starfire, Raven, Cyborg, and so on. And then with issue 1, he actually wakes up from that nightmare, and it's kind of a continuation of that preview. From there, he's approached by Raven, and all the Teen Titans kind of converge. Robin sees Wonder Girl for the first time in however long. And that kind of kicks off the series. The Teen Titans are reborn, so to speak. Now, issue 1, again, is not a key first appearance, but it is the first issue of the ongoing series. So it is very cool in that regards. Also, for Beast Boy, he got his first start in Doom Patrol in 1968 with issue 99. So next up is Teen Titans #2. This is the big ticket item. This is going to be the most expensive book of the Teen Titans run. It is the first appearance of the Ravager, who this Ravager is not super important for storyline purposes. It is why Deathstroke gets involved in the Teen Titans, but the Ravager would go on to be reused in the 03-04 Teen Titans run. But of course, like I said, this is the first appearance of Deathstroke. It's a big book for Teen Titans fans. Okay. So the story is truly amazing. Something I love about Marv Wolfman and George Perez's run is they do an amazing job at introducing their villains. So this book doesn't truly highlight Deathstroke's skill set, but it shows his dedication to his art. It also shows us the Hive, and it shows us how twisted and how they're going to be a thorn in everybody's side, which Deathstroke is a crafty, cunning, cocky assassin, but by the end of this book you actually kind of feel bad for Deathstroke, and that's a weird feeling for a character who's just an assassin. His goal is to just fill out these contracts, and yet by the end of it you feel bad for this killing machine. It's really a true talent that Wolfman's run of Teen Titans had. Anyway, it's a great book. It lives up to the price tag, and honestly, it's not even that bad. Like, it's the most expensive book in this run, and it's still affordable compared to other key issues of this time period. So moving right along, we have the new Teen Titans #3. Personally, this may be one of my favorite books to own in this collection. It is the first appearance of the Fearsome 5, and now if you watch the 2000s cartoon series, something interesting is that the Fearsome 5 as a team is not in the show, so it was a little confusing going back and reading it and seeing Mammoth and Gizmo and some of the other characters that are in the Fearsome 5. Now, it's not the first appearance of Dr. Light here. You'd have to go back to vintage Justice League to find first Dr. Light. But like I said, it's the first appearance of the Team Fearsome 5. It's the first appearance of Gizmo, of Mammoth, of Psimon, and of Shimmer, Mammoth's sister. And Mammoth and Gizmo ended up making it into the cartoon series, whereas Psimon did not. It's also the origin of Starfire, so I think it is a great book to own if you're a Teen Titans fan. #4, we're not going to talk too much about #4. It is important for the Trigon storyline, but I don't think it's a key issue or anything like that. But next up, of course, is Teen Titans #5. This is first Trigon, and again, Marv Wolfman they know how to make an introduction. The first time you see Trigon, he lives up to the hype. Whereas I think they're crafting kind of a really interesting story with Deathstroke. They are crafting just a brutal story with Trigon. The first time we see him, he kills his most loyal subordinate and then takes another one and says, since you tried to betray me, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to separate you atomically so that you are alive, but you are not a thing. Like, it's insane. Trigon should not be trifled with. I'm going to throw issue 6 on here. I don't feel like anyone ever talks about it, but it's second appearance of Trigon. And something that I like is Trigon is one of my favorite Teen Titans villains, and I found this in a 50-cent bin. Issue 6, the second appearance, and I found issue 5 constantly for $5. They're both really affordable. You can get the first and second appearance of Trigon really cheap. So issue 9 is on here because I'm not going to say it's the second appearance, it may be the third appearance of the puppeteer or the master puppet, however you remember him as. He made his first appearance all the way back in Green Lantern and then kind of really wasn't heard from again until he resurfaced in Teen Titans number 9. And at the very back end of this, you can get the second appearance of Deathstroke. I got this in a $1 bin and in a 50-cent bin at the same convention. So really affordable second appearance of Deathstroke. It's insane. If you cannot afford issue 2, go ahead and pick up second Deathstroke. It's really cheap. Now this book, I really don't know how much it was. I got a good deal on it, but it was Teen Titans number 10. This is the third appearance of Deathstroke. I do think if you're a Deathstroke fan, it's a better book than issue 9 because he's just in the tail end of it. He steals something from the Hive, I believe, at the end of this issue, and then that's put on full display here where the Hive try to double-cross Deathstroke, and in return, he double-crosses them. So it's not even so much about the Teen Titans as it is seeing the Hive and Deathstroke go at it, and that's something that I really like about the book. Also, it's kind of important for Cyborg and Sarah Sims, his girlfriend. It really sets up a psychological problem that Cyborg will have for issues to come. So, really good storybook too. So as far as storylines go, one that I would kind of recommend you pick up is 13 through 15. This is a Doom Patrol book. They kind of begin resurfacing in the Titans world during the issues 11 and 12 storyline. We find Robot Man and the Teen Titans team up with him to try to stop Madame Rouge from the cartoon, if you guys remember that. But this is Teen Titans 14. If you can only pick up one of 13 through 15 for whatever reason, they're mostly in the $1 bin, sometimes in the 50-cent bin. This would be the one I recommend to get. It's the formation of the new Brotherhood of Evil. Now, if I'm remembering right, I think they have a cameo at the end of 13, and then their first full appearance would be issue 14. So it's not the first appearance of the Brain or Madame Rouge, sadly, but it is the first appearance of the new Brotherhood of Evil, which gets you the first appearance of Warp, Phobia, Plasmus, and Hougan. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say the name. I looked it up. It said it's a priest of voodoo, but I found like 2 or 3 different pronunciations for it, and I probably did neither correct. But he's pretty cool. He combines science and medicine, so he has these computer voodoo dolls. He's pretty cool. Next up is issue 16. As you guys can see from the cover, something terrible happens to Starfire's love interest. The only thing I wish this book did better was gave us Starfire falls in love for half a book, and then the guy gets brutally murdered by the Hive. I wish he was around for 3 or 4 issues just to really let it sink in, because Starfire falls madly in love with this guy, and it's kind of like a time-lapse deal. Like, they go on dates and everything like this, and it just all happens really fast. If they had given it an issue or 2 to kind of connect with the audience, I think it would have been better. But they do a good job of saying, hey, Starfire really loves this guy. Also, if you watch the cartoons, which Teen Titans Go, so I know a lot of you probably don't watch it, but still, one of the funny bits on it is that Robin can't get Starfire, but in the comic books, Starfire is actually madly in love with Robin, and he's the one that turns her down. sending her to date this one guy, and then Robin gets jealous. Oh, I almost forgot. It's also the first appearance of Captain Carrot and his amazing zoo crew. I don't know how I almost forgot that, but yeah. They're in the back of the issue. I actually read it online, and sadly the book, the zoo crew section's not included in the digital, so I don't know what's up with that. And then we're going to cap things off with what I believe perfectly summarizes the first 20 issues of the Teen Titans, and that is the New Teen Titans number 20. In this issue, it's just a really good storytelling of the Teen Titans up through 20 issues. We get to see all of their flaws on display. So for example, Kid Flash is still running into problems head first. Robin has insecurities as a leader. Starfire is still adapting to Earth. Beast Boy and Cyborg are trying to... they kind of have this double-sided nature to them where they don't want to open up to people. Beast Boy, we saw through 13 through 15, Beast Boy kind of has these doubts since his parents have died and he wasn't able to save either sets of his parents. Cyborg, he's got parent issues too because his dad turned him into a robot after his mom died. So, and then Wonder Girl's still dating Terry. So I mean, they all have these problems, they all have these flaws, but if they put these flaws aside, they're able to beat what I would argue is one of the cooler villains. He kind of got wasted in this issue. His name's the Disruptor, and he has the ability to disrupt their powers, and he's really cool. Let's say Beast Boy will turn into an alligator to try to stop him. The Disruptor can literally force Beast Boy to change back into a human and not be able to transform anymore. He can throw back Kid Flash's like tornado spin things he does. He can make Wonder Girl basically mortal. He's a really cool villain, but like all the other teens in this comic line, he's trying to please his dad, and that leads to basically his downfall. And I would love to see him come back in the modern issue. I'm reading the ongoing series, and I think the only two characters that they've really hinted on from the past would be Deathstroke and Gizmo. I could be missing a character there, but I would love to see them pull more kind of from the Marv Wolfman era of Teen Titan characters. But that is all of them. That is my buyer's guide for the first 20 issues. If you enjoyed this, I will be doing a 21 through 40, and then a 41 through basically 58, and then maybe we'll touch on the reprints, but 59 through whatever it goes to is just reprints. So we're going to be doing it in 20 issues at a time. In 21 we start with Brother Blood, and we're just going to keep going through Black Bolt, through Terra. We're going to have some good books in the 21 through 40 section. So if there's any individual issues you want to talk about, or just Teen Titans in general, sound down in the comments. If I missed an issue that you think should be on this list from 1 through 20, go ahead and let me know. If there's a book I should definitely be on the lookout for 21 through 40, go ahead and sound down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll be doing more buyer's guides in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching.